We kick off our Week 12 defensive line waiver wire with the player who just broke a franchise record and is poised to dominate a slate of favorable matchups, Jacksonville's Josh Hines-Allen. And Hines-Allen is another recent veteran defensive lineman who is heating up at exactly the right time. He just delivered an excellent Week 11 performance against the Chargers, tallying 4 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 pass defended, and his historic sack, which made him the Jaguars' all-time franchise leader. And while Hines-Allen's overall sack total might not immediately jump off the page, his underlying production certainly should. He is currently ranked in the top 10 in the NFL in applying pressure. That high-volume pressure is the key indicator that will help secure a higher ceiling, especially when you consider his upcoming schedule. And after struggling with IDP production through the first half of the season, Hines-Allen now kicks off an incredibly softer schedule compared to his last stretch. Starting with the Cardinals this week, the Jaguars then face the Titans, Colts, and Jets, and every single one of those opponents is ranked in the top half of the league for surrendering production off the edge. It also just so happens that his first opponent, the Arizona Cardinals, sits atop the league, ranking in the top 5 for fantasy points allowed to opposing defensive linemen. This also helps make Hines-Allen a must-add and a top defensive lineman pickup for Week 12. So, if you need a well-known veteran DL1 waiver wire streamer this week, Hines-Allen has the matchup and the upside to make him one of our top pickups. Our next player is a guy emerging and one of the deepest with high-end DL1 potential this week. Former first-rounder defensive end Myles Murphy is making the most of a massive opportunity in Cincinnati. He is seeing extra playing time because the Bengals' defensive line has been decimated, with both star pass rusher Trey Hendrickson still sidelined and former first-round pick Shemar Stewart recently placed on injured reserve. Murphy has stepped up with immediate production. In his last 2 games, he has been a tackling machine, logging 6 combined stops and a pass defended in Week 9. Then, after their bye week, he came in with 7 combined tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and a sack in Week 11. And now he sits at a solid 2.5 sacks on the season, 1 as a full-time starter. And this sudden production surge comes just in time for an absolutely elite matchup. Murphy faces the New England Patriots in Week 12, and the Patriots' offense is one of the most vulnerable in the league, having allowed the second most sacks to quarterbacks this season. Drake May is constantly under duress, leading to huge tackle and pressure opportunities for the opposing defensive line. So the consensus is Murphy can be confidently streamed as a DL2 option this week, with the bonus of another favorable DL matchup against the Ravens looming in Week 13. And if you need a quick-fix DL with great volume and an unparalleled matchup, Myles Murphy looks like a great option. And for our final DL pickup, we're targeting a veteran presence fresh off an injury who gets a huge boost this week. Let's talk about the Titans' Arden Key. Key is a solid high-upside add for managers needing deeper defensive line help, and this veteran edge defender is perfectly poised to get on a roll and take advantage of his upcoming favorable matchup. He had missed multiple games due to an injury, but he made his presence immediately felt in his Week 11 return versus the Texans. His performance, which included 3 tackles, 2 for a loss, and 1.5 sacks, was his best game of the season, instantly confirming his role as a necessary edge presence on the Titans' defensive front again. And when healthy, his veteran production provides a reliable floor. Not that this year's stats have reflected that yet, but Key is not just an average pass rusher, known well in deeper formats. His history of streaming production suggests he's more than capable of stringing together high-impact plays when given the matchup, and sometimes even when it's not exactly perfect. His Week 12 matchup is with the Seahawks, whose offensive line is ranked in the bottom third of the NFL in many rankings we see. So given the favorable matchup against one of the league's worst units, Key has the momentum and proven skill set to secure a significant IDP impact. Let's pencil him in as a DL2, but make sure you have a look around first. And that wraps up our look at the 3 must-add defensive linemen for Week 12. For more weekly IDP advice and IDP fantasy football waiver wire pickups, be sure to like and subscribe. And good luck this weekend.
They doubted us every step of the way, but we knew what we were capable of.